So some of you might know me as McGlencairn Bourbon on Facebook and on Instagram. Well, now we're going to start a YouTube channel called Bourbon Eye. And you can find me at those two socials, or you could find me at Bourbon Eye on YouTube, and there'll be a link posted below, of course. So in that spirit, I wanted to say happy Bourbon Month, everybody. Happy Bourbon Heritage Month. September is like the month to go hog wild. Go out there and get yourself a couple of bottles of bourbon. In the name of Old Forester, I think you should go get yourself some of these. They're great, absolutely stunning bourbons. They're good to have on the shelf. They're at a good price, and I mean you're not gonna regret it. It's gonna be a good dram to share with all of your friends. So again, as you can see here, we're gonna do a blind, and I'm gonna try to guess which whiskey in the Glencairns matches the bottle. So through the art of movie magic, it will just all appear. So just a little backstory on Old Forester and our good friend Mr. George Garvin Brown. Happy birthday to you, sir. Appreciate what you've done for us. And I'm lucky enough to share this day, September 2nd, with the man. So cheers to that. And of course, we have to cheers with a little Old Forester 1897 bottle and bond. So about old George. Born in 1846 in Kentucky. Entrepreneur, very smart man. Got into the whiskey business with his half-brother, and later on in 1870 with a man by the name of George Foreman. Now him and George, they decided to team up and do their thing to create what we know today is Brown-Forman. Both their last names combined to create their whiskey company. So, as for all the trials and tribulations that you have to go through to create a stunning individual product, I would say that they've done just that. They've lasted the test of time. They're going to continue to do so. I mean, it's an elegant, great whiskey. Always find it on your ABC shelves, liquor store shelves, wherever you may find it. You're always going to find a bottle of Old Forester, and there's a reason for that. So, in the spirit of old George Garvin Brown, cheers. Happy birthday. And that, my friends, is the art of movie magic. We now have a tasting set up in front of us. We've got Old Forester 1897. We've got the 1870, 1920, 1910, and to throw me off, to try to trick me, is the Old Forester Statesman Edition. Now, behind every strong man, there's an even stronger woman. I can't go any further without thanking my wife for doing this. And she's been here to help me set up all this stuff. And now I have my lovely hands who's going to be holding my answer key and keeping it safe. Yep, there it is. The lovely answer key with the beautiful hands. Thank you, wife. And now let's get after it. All right. So from the lovely home that we're staying in for now until we have ours built in the next couple of months, this is what you got. So let's get into this tasting. We're going to try to figure this out one whiskey at a time. Here goes nothing. A lot of sweetness there. Sweetness, some oak spice, pretty straightforward. Some sweet, yeah, it's like cherry crust, cherry pie crust. Proof on that. Proof on that feels right around 100, 110 maybe just 100. Again, going at this blind, trying to figure out which one is which. I mean, it's definitely going to be a journey. Let's move on to the next one. All right, this one's already completely different. And as you all know, while we're doing this, just to give you a little quick lesson, I've learned this from all the greats before me. They, instead of just diving right in with your nose, it'll burn all of your nose hairs. It'll literally burn the skin off the top of your mouth if you're just in there sucking it down like wine. You wanna give it a little bit of breathing room. You want to give it some space and leave your mouth just slightly agape to let those alcohol vapors pass through your nostril cavity and into your throat. And I mean, honestly, you do have you've got taste buds in your throat as well. So even after you swallow food, you're still going to be tasting it. It's going to be on your tongue and in your throat. So just take your time with the whiskey. See, this one's got more brown sugar and less spice. Much lighter, much lighter than the first one. All right, there's the finish on that one's definitely, the nose is different, but the finish is definitely more oaky. There's more tannins. There's it's a little bit oily, kind of holding on to the sides of my tongue here. It's kind of like chewing on an oak stave, if you've ever done that before. I wouldn't suggest it. Dennis probably wouldn't like it very much. The next one, again, before I even brought it to my nose, I could smell this one. This one's dark. This one's deep. This one is definitely got almost like a chocolatey kind of, like a high percentage cocoa, like a 60% cocoa chocolate bar. One of those. Oh man. While we're doing this also, I'm definitely going to be figuring out which one is my favorite out of all of them. And at the end, if I've gotten any of them right, I mean, I may get none. That's the beauty and that's the fun of this. But once we go through and I figure out which ones are which, before that, actually, I will tell you which one is my favorite. Reveal if I got all of them right, and then obviously you'll know which one was the one that I liked the most. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's sweet, nutty. That spice in there is that, like, it's almost like a sweet cayenne almost. It's a candied cayenne, if you will. It's still lingering around. Oh, it's giving you a good hug, a good Kentucky hug there. The spirit of Heritage, Bourbon Heritage Month. Everybody should get a good Kentucky hug every now and then. All right, on to the next one. We're not going to waste any time on this YouTube show. None at all. All right, so this one's going back towards the lighter realm, or maybe this nose is a little too intense. I'm going to go back and forth after I get through all of these. I know this isn't the way that may not be the way that a professional taster might do, but this is the way that works best for me. And in the essence of whiskey, you drink it how you like it. Nobody else is ever going to tell you any different. So if you're going to set up a tasting, do the tasting how you like it. Now, I'm not saying to do shots, complete, just chug the drams every single one. That's definitely not drinking responsibly, and that's something that we want to promote, is to drink responsibly. But bourbon is what it is, and so are you. So drink it how you like it. Do your tastings how you like it. But yeah, this one's much lighter. This has got like light aromatic fruits. Again, that oak that oaky, I guess it's more of like a lighter, woodier kind of smell. It's a light oak smell, if you will. The more of these we do, the better I'm going to get at this. So if you bear with me through the few and the surrounding areas of the grandparents' house that I'm living at for now, we're definitely going to step up our game, and we're going to make this channel great. Oh man, it's almost like drinking water compared to this one. That's got your classic vanillas, a little bit of caramel. Again, there's some fruitiness, like it's got a little bit of a drier finish, but it's very, very light. The finish is already gone. It's no hug there. Man, that was quite good for like an everyday, your afternoon tea kind of sipper. All right, now the last one. Wow, the nose. Man, the nose on that one is like graham crackers. It's like brown sugar coated graham crackers. Toasted oak. But again, the finish isn't there. So it's feeling a little bit lighter. These two have finished the lightest. Actually, I'm gonna go back to this middle one here. All right. I'm gonna work my way through these a couple more times. Take some notes in my head, take some mental notes, and we'll get back at you. Okay, so we're in this thing knee deep, and we're gonna try to climb our way out. Now, from everything that I've had, they're all great. They're all great, I'll say that. I do have one favorite, one that stood out the most with all of the sensations, the mouth sensations that it left me, and the nose kind of matched the palate in a way that really struck home to me with that good like brown sugar pie crust, those sweet cherries, and of course that like candied cayenne kind of tingle, that warm Kentucky hug, man. I'm telling you, it's what it's all about. In this glass here, the second glass, whichever one it may be, this one was my favorite. Now we are gonna figure out which one that one is right now. So as far as my guesses as to which bottle is which, I mean, I got 5 different bottles to choose from, and I've got their labels right here in my awesome handwriting from 1910, your 1870, your Statesman, you get the gist. So Statesman's always come off as like a kind of funky smell. There's a cleaner smell in the Statesman that I can't quite put a finger on it, but it's a cleaner kind of smell that kind of throws me off. But it does have a lot of sweet medicinal cherry notes, kind of like your cough medicine, in the best way possible. And I believe that is this glass to my left. I'm going to put that onto the Statesman. Now, the rest are a toss-up. I could put these anywhere, to be honest. I'm going to do my best from what I know, because I absolutely love the 1920. I think I have that one pegged. And the the Bottle and Bond, the 1897. I feel like I should know that one too. So in that spirit, let's mush on. My favorite, I'm going to go with the 1910. Yeah, I mean, this is just a gorgeous, well-rounded whiskey. It's got your caramels, vanillas in there as well. I don't think I told you that in the very first run through, but now that I've been acclimated to everything, I'm definitely getting more on this nose and enjoying it every single sip. So 1910 is my official answer. Moving on to the third one. Third one, I believe this to be the 1920. So I'm going to stick with that. Fourth and fifth. Man. Don't want to get these mixed up. I mean, Bottle and Bond is 100 proof. So I'm going to go off of what I know the bottle to be, which I hope you don't think is cheating, but I'm going to say this one's a little bit higher of a proof. So I'm going to call this glass the Bottle and Bond, and then finally the 1870 original batch. I believe, I don't want to get that right. Yeah, the original batch, 1870. I'm going to put that glass right here. So let's see what I did. Let's get those lovely hands back in here to deliver the answer key. There it is, right there. Oh, and a little love. You gotta love that. Lovely hands. All right, this is official, like a referee with a whistle. All right, on the bottom of each glass is a number, by the way. So that number corresponds with what was poured in that glass. And then, of course, I tried to match that with the pieces of paper down here. Number one was, let's see if you can read that. Number one was the Statesman. Hopefully you can read that. You got a good screenshot of that answer key. I hope it wasn't too blurry for you. But number one is Statesman. So cheers to that. I'll take that. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Number two. All right, 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Number 2 is 1910. So I also said that this one was, God, this one is it's just hitting me right now. It's my favorite. Definitely my favorite out of the Whisky Row lineage, plus the addition of Mr. Statesman. Yeah, this is stellar, out of the park. Oh my God, I'm getting a little bit excited. All right, so there's the rest of the list. Let's see if you can see that. I hope you can read that handwriting. I'm a little bit shocked right now because number 3 is 1920, and that's hitting the nail on the head there. That's 3 for 3. So let's go ahead and move on to number 4. And number 4 was 1870. And your boy just got all these right. I mean, I don't know if it's the whiskey that's making me warm or if it's just this stellar palate. Oh my goodness. Because coming in at number 5, just to check to be sure, I do want to humble myself just to be sure, but it is the 1897. Wow. Unexpected. I was hoping for a little bit more comedy in this. I was hoping I'd get more wrong or all of them wrong and just prove that I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is, maybe it's some birthday luck. Maybe that's old George Garvin Brown shining down on me right now, helping me with my palate, trying to figure out which one is which. Either way, I'll take it. 1910, Old Forester, Bourbon Heritage Month. We did it for the first episode, and we did it together. Cheers.